everybody, Sean from Movie Assault here, and it is time for another movie review. This time out, I wanted to take a look at 2023's Cocaine Bear, which is probably one of the more unlikely titles I thought I'd ever see in a movie theater. Cocaine Bear, if you've seen the trailers for the movie, you've probably seen that it was inspired by true events. The key word being inspired. The movie is based on a real event. However, the actual events are quite a bit different than what happens in the movie. So the real Cocaine Bear the events of the real story of the Cocaine Bear took place in 1985, and a man named Andrew Thornton was throwing bricks or kilos or whatever you want to call it of cocaine out of a plane that was going to crash. He was throwing them out of the door of the plane, and they were being scattered all over the wilderness of Georgia. He eventually jumped out of the plane and landed unceremoniously in the driveway of someone's house in Nashville. His parachute didn't open, and he died. A bear did find the cocaine and promptly died shortly after ingesting it. So the actual events stop right about the time the drugs hit the bear's bloodstream. But in the movie's more of a story of what could have happened had the bear survived. And I won't really get into the plot because the plot really doesn't matter all that much. I will say there is a pretty decent cast in this movie, surprisingly decent cast. The movie was directed by Elizabeth Banks and was written by Jimmy Warden. And it tells a surprisingly coherent story. Like I said, the plot really doesn't matter, but there are a number of characters and a number of subplots, perhaps too many subplots. But you've got a really decent cast, which is surprising. You've got Keri Russell, Ray Liotta, Alden Ehrenreich, O'Shea Jackson Jr., Jesse Tyler Ferguson, whose name escaped me there for a second, from Modern Family, and some other surprises. And there's sort of this running story about these two kids who play hooky from school. They go into the I think it's the Chattahoochee National Forest, and they are going to paint a waterfall. Apparently that's what they're going to do. There's a girl and a boy, and the girl's mom, played by Keri Russell, goes after them into the woods, and they come across a whole bunch of a cast of characters. It's just kind of crazy. There's two drug dealers and their boss. There's a police detective. There's a park ranger and a wildlife specialist. They all sort of come together, and there's also a trio of teenage thugs that gets involved. But like I said, the plot doesn't matter at all. Really, what happens is all of these individuals come across this cocaine-fueled bear who is on a murderous rampage. Oh, and there's also a pair of newlyweds, or soon-to-be newlyweds, I believe. They are the first to encounter the cocaine bear. Sometimes this film borders on becoming a little sweet, which is a little unusual, but for the most part, it stays on course and is just a wacky, gleefully stupid good time. This is a movie that probably would benefit from a large drunken audience, and I don't say that very often. I saw it in a theater with about 10 people, and everybody seemed to be having a good time, but I could only imagine that the infectiousness of the humor would just sort of be a much better time with a large group of people, probably drunk. So yeah, I enjoyed Cocaine Bear for what it was. For what it is, it's exactly what you think it would be. It's a gleefully stupid good time at the movies. I had to reread the plot, the plot summary 3 days after seeing it to do this review because it's immediately forgettable. But I had a good time. It's worth the price of admission, if only to forget about life for an hour and a half. And I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. So there you go. That's my review of Cocaine Bear from 2023. Thanks for watching. As always, if you've made it this far into the video, I appreciate it. And as always, feel free to subscribe, click that notification bell to be notified of future videos, and click the thumbs up to like this video. It helps the channel out, helps me out, and I really appreciate it. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.